Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, Craig Family Dental, Bank of Colorado, there's only one, Victory Motors, Hatton Enterprises, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Sand, Gravel, and Rock Products, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, I'm loving it, D&P, Duran and Pierce Contractors, Cook, Chevrolet, Ford, and Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, Eppin Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Brass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray. Over 7 million kids play high school sports in the U.S. Just 4% of those go on to play sports in college. An even lesser percentage of those athletes earn athletic scholarships in college. 6.2% of college football players move on to play professionally, and just 2.4% of college basketball players move on to play professionally. High school sports give kids the chance to strive, dream, and set realistic goals in their lives. A message from the Colorado High School Activities Association. We'll be right back.
We would like to thank Memorial Regional Health for our trainers for tonight's event, and once again for our referee. And now, the varsity wrestlers for tonight's event. At 106 pounds, your Bulldog, Deegan White. For rifle, Justin Henderson. At 113 pounds, your Bulldog, Slater Durbin. He will be wrestling Gustavo Gonzalez. At 120 pounds, your Bulldog, Blake Jurgens. He will be wrestling Brian Soto. At 126 pounds, your Bulldog, Isaiah Harris. He will be competing against Cody Smith. At 132 pounds, for rifle, Conrad Deeman. At 138 pounds, for your Bulldogs, Danielle Cruz. And here we go. It is at 138 pounds, Machete. Here we go. Next on the list I have, guys, at 145 pounds, Ethan Powers. For rifle, Taylor Flynn.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
152 pounds, your Bulldog, Greg Hickson. For rifle, Brian De La Rosa. Your Bulldog, at 160 pounds, Drake Zimmerman. At 170 pounds, your Bulldog. I'm going to introduce two wrestlers here, folks. We have two of them. We have Connor Wynn, and we have Daniel Cruz. At 195 pounds, at 182 pounds, your Bulldog, Mickey Clifford. going up against the wrestler from Rifle, Guardado. At 220 pounds.
195.
At 195 pounds, Jefferson Piot. He'll be going up against, from Rifle, Mr. Henderson. At 220 pounds, your Bulldog, Mr. Hume. And he'll be going up against, from Rifle, Mr. Carrion. And last, from Rifle at 285 pounds, Mr. Hauser. We would like to thank tonight's sponsors for our giveaways, for the introductions. That's Cowcheck.
All right, we've got some exhibition matches before our varsity matches begin. It's Moffat County's Connor Wynn. Connor Wynn with a big throw right off the bat, and he's going for the pin. Over, under. Can he finish him? Chest to chest, putting on a lot of weight and putting the pressure on. See if he can get it and finish this match quickly. Great throw by Connor Wynn. Oh, not going to be able to do it and hold on, but nonetheless, 5-point move. He's up 5-0 in this one. Rifle wrestler to his feet, trying to break the grip of Wynn. This is 170 pounds, reversal for Rifle, and just like that, it's 5-2. And injury timeout. We'll be right back. All right, so actually no injury timeout on that. It was a little clock malfunction, so they got it fixed. We're 25 seconds into it. Quick stand up by Connor Wynn. Turns and faces, trying to go for that same over-under. Sprawling out, hasn't escaped yet. If he can just clear the legs as the Rifle wrestler gets him to his hip, and now Connor's in a bad position. Got to be careful here. You don't want to go to your back. Sometimes you just got to give it up, get back to your belly before you get turned. Grabs the head, that's always dangerous. Got to be careful with that, Connor Wynn. Hey, comes around and reversal. Great job, Connor. 7-2 lead with 1 minute on the clock here in the first. £170 weight class. And here we go back and forth as the reversal comes from the Rifle wrestler. And it's 7-4, but Wynn, the wrestler from Rifle, way too high, and Wynn pops out the backside, and another 2-point reversal. Lots of scoring here in this first period. Neither wrestler right now able to hold the other wrestler for any significant amount of time when they have that top position. 24 seconds on the clock. Wynn trying to get the cradle. He has it hooked up, but he's not in a very great position as the wrestler from Rifle steps over, and it looks like the reversal is maybe he can hold on for a stalemate, otherwise he's going to give up 2 points. Wynn's got to hold on for another 5 seconds. Can he do it? 2, 1, and he does. And about 1 or 2 more seconds, and that would have been a 2-point reversal for the Rifle wrestler. So the first round ends with a score of 9-4 in favor of the Bulldogs' Connor Wynn. Connor has his choice in this period. He will defer. And Rifle takes down. Not surprised about that at all, as both wrestlers have been able to do pretty much whatever they want on bottom. The 1 back points came from the throw by Connor Wynn on that initial takedown. This time the Rifle wrestler does not move very quickly on the bottom. Wynn with the leg ride, getting himself in trouble, rolls over the top, he's on his back, he's just got to give it up now, you don't want to get a pin, and wisely does. You hold on too long there, you get yourself pinned, you don't want to do that. 9-6 with that reversal. 1:25 on the clock. Second round. Rifle working the power half. Putting a lot of pressure on Wynn's neck. Now last time the Rifle wrestler got too high, and he does it again. Same mistake, and Wynn is able to use that to his advantage. Now Wynn's going to do the exact same thing. Now he's going to go the other way. And Wynn in danger of getting his head sucked under. He needs to be careful there. He's getting way too high. He's still not in a great position. Still too high, but better than what he was before. And the referee says stalemate. No action, neither wrestler making any type of advancement. And so the referee says, hey, let's restart it from referee's position. 47 seconds on the clock. Connor Wynn up 11-6. Sit out by Rifle. Connor Wynn counters it well, spins back behind. Wynn working hard on that half. Now he's getting some back points. Keep that leg hooked. And then he rolls right over, and now he's in trouble. Holy moly, it's like a teeter-totter going back and forth, and Wynn's got a battle for 20 seconds. Don't get pinned, Connor, come on. Attaboy, keep fighting. 17 seconds, you gotta hold on. You gotta keep fighting right now. Keep that shoulder up. You got 10 more seconds. Can he keep it up? Can he last and get himself into the third period? No, 3 seconds on the clock. Oh, and a heartbreaker for Wynn. He was up 11-8. That 3-point near fall would have tied it, and we would have been tied up 11-11 going into the third. Nonetheless, Connor gets himself caught and is pinned with 3 seconds left in the second period. We'll be right back with another Moffat County Bulldog match. All right, now up Jefferson Pyatt. This is at 195 pounds.
Beautiful takedown there, kid. Big old double leg. Swoops him up off his feet, puts him down hard for an early 2-0 lead.
Jefferson Pyatt, really strong kid. Has improved steadily throughout the year. Played some linebacker and running back for the Bulldogs this year. 1:33 on the clock. Pyatt just a junior. Goes for the leg ride. Trying to hook that arm, going for the guillotine. He's got to keep that leg hooked and clear that arm. If he can clear the arm and get it behind his head, then the Rifle wrestler would be in a world of hurt, Shane.
The natural instinct there is to reach up and, grab for the head. And you would hear many, many wrestling coaches and parents screaming, don't grab the head. And it just feels so natural. And you think it's going to help you because it feels like a headlock. But as soon as you grab that head, you're usually done.
Yeah, you're done. And you know what? One of the things you do is you bait guys. Now, power half going hard. And he's getting back points now. Great job by Jefferson as he's going for the pin.
Yeah,
but
really.
One of the things you do, I was saying to the guillotine, Shane, is you put your head down for them. You invite them to grab it, and those less experienced wrestlers will grab it, and then you got them.
Yeah, you always hope that you got one of those guys, and there it is. And he did get one of those wrestlers who wasn't quite sure, and who invited him to grab the head, and he gets a pin against a big, tough wrestler from Rifle. So good start for the Bulldogs.
All right, big W for the Bulldogs. Coming up next is going to be Colton Terry. 126 pounds. Colton Terry, freshman, having a good year. Has had some varsity experience. Tonight he's JV. And we'll see what he can do against a tough Rifle Bear opponent.
Very early in this match, and both wrestlers right now grabbed in deep on those front headlocks, and a lot of times you'll see wrestlers try to pull back out of that. They'll tap on the head, but they don't love being tied up. I was a wrestler. I like to be tied up because it set up a lot of things I did, but I used a lot of upper body moves also. As you can see, they're now trying for an over-under, which is a throw. Almost all moves that are up top here are going to be throws if you're locked up like that. You can't shoot in, as you can see, when you're locked up, whether it's an over-under or an under-over, and there's the takedown.
Terry tries the tilt, gets caught, and he's going to give up that takedown. 2-0.
Yeah, and that was an odd-looking maneuver, as you said. He tried to tilt, and he kind of tilted himself right to his back. In trouble early on, but now here he goes. He's grabbing the leg. He's very close here, but now he's in trouble, as the move we saw earlier he grabs his head and is pushing him down towards the mat. Still working on that upper position. They would call him a legger. And most of us former wrestlers hated to hear that they were wrestling a legger because it's just so hard to prepare for that. And a lot of the moves feel so awkward, as you can see here. If you move up or you grab up and try to headhunt, you're in trouble. And if you stand up, in the old days, you've talked about it, Kip, you'd stand up with them on your back and they'd call up, potentially dangerous, over and over and over again, because once both of your feet are off the ground and you're the person on bottom, they're not going to let you continue wrestling because you could get hurt severely if they leave their feet and slam you on the mat.
Nowadays, if you do that and you jump on the back, they're going to hit you with stalling.
Yes, and I think that was something that for many years, that was just a part of wrestling, and you knew it was coming. And I think they get together every year, the Shasta people, and they talk about things that can make sports better. And at the end of the day, I think it made wrestling better. It was one of those fixes that they added, and yes, it had been around for a long time, but I think it made it better, and we hit the second period with the score 2-0.
2-0, just that one takedown. Second period, it's going to be Terry in the top position. Quick stand up by Rifle. Terry immediately breaks him down, but for a moment's on his hip, and that's not where you want to be. And Rifle's able to turn and face him, and now we're in a scramble position, and Rifle looking to get one or two.
It's where you want to pull that leg and you want to try to not go straight ahead. You've got to go in a little bit of a semicircle here.
Yeah, and Terry and Danger are getting turned and maybe giving up a takedown and back points. Sometimes you got to cut your losses. You get to that point, you face each other, maybe you just break away and you give away one rather than the 2-point reversal.
There's still a lot of action and no points. We're at 2-0 still, and we are 45 seconds in. I believe to the second period.
Terry on his side. There's the reversal and back points. That's what I was talking about. Sometimes you just got to cut your losses, and that's when you just let go of that leg, push yourself out, and you give up the one.
Yeah, you don't want to ever be too late with letting go on some of those moves, and that time he was too late as he gave up the two, as you said, and not just one. So
2 and 2 back points, 6-0 lead for Rifle.
Yeah, huge.
Power half being worked hard right now by Rifle. Terry fighting hard, trying to come off the bottom. That's tough when you got a good legger.
Yeah, so far I think every wrestler on Rifle has been a legger. Down to 27 seconds left in this period. And again, if you're not familiar with wrestling terminology, you see the fact that the wrestler on top from Rifle has both his legs inside of the legs of the wrestler on the bottom from Moffat County. That is where the term legger comes from. And if you are familiar with wrestling terminology, you know that that is a highly skilled offensive power set from the top position. If you can get good at that, you can beat anyone.
So stalemate called, just 5 seconds on the clock, 6-0 lead for Rifle. Colton Terry, freshman, 126-pound weight class. And Granby roll, I liked it, but he got himself caught. You got to clear that arm. You don't want to get caught there. He almost gave up some back points, but I like the idea.
And you nailed the golden rule there. You have to clear that arm if you hit that Granby. Everything else about it was beautiful, but you don't clear it and you're going to your back and in trouble. So here we are into the final period, I believe. Score 6-0.
Both wrestlers in neutral position to begin this second round, or third round, I mean.
So many things that go into the thought process now in a match. We've talked about this numerous times. We had wrestling. He's going to try to throw him here, which he does a bear hug, takes into his back, my friend. And that was what I was going to say. 6-0, you cannot be tied. You can only be 1 point can be caught within you. And so right there, you almost had the 5-point move. My goodness, now he may end up letting him up again if he doesn't have much luck here. And then only down by 4, a takedown to their back gives you 5 and will give you the lead.
Yeah, and that's really what you got to consider here, Shane, is if you're not turning him, he's already came off the bottom once with a reversal. And now if you're not turning him, you don't want to eat up much more of the clock. You only got 1:14 and you got to score. Don't let him ride it out till the end. work here for a few seconds. If you can't turn him, you might as well let him up and go for a throw or go for a takedown and work him that way.
Down to 1:06 now, and now he may not get that option, my friends, as he's been reversed to his back. Man, oh man, that might have been one of those times where he wanted to come up with the triangle and just release him free and clear, and now he's in danger of getting pinned. And there it is, as another Bulldog gets pinned tonight. And pretty tough start for our JV at the beginning of this evening's duel.
All right, coming up next for the Bulldogs is going to be Keaton Durbin.
It's awesome to see a lot of depth on the Bulldog wrestling program.
Keaton Durbin, 138 pounds.
In the past, we didn't have many guys behind our varsity wrestlers, and so to have this kind of numbers where you can get 6 or 7 JV matches, and right there he's taken down by a pretty nice looking, I believe it was a fireman's carry. But Durbin stands up to his feet, he's taken back down to his back. He's going to try to come up out the bottom again, and another legger. So obviously up there in the wrestling room and rifle. Oh, nice reversal. And Durbin ties it up just like that. Up there in that wrestling room and rifle, kid, they are working those legs all day.
And a reversal right back for the Bears. It's 4-2. 1:13 on the clock. And Durbin in danger of getting pulled back. Not in a great position. And there's the back points. Not in danger of getting pinned from that position, but you're going to give up some points.
Back in the day, what you would concentrate right there on is you'd want to get your hands under their arm. Try to first clear it off of your neck and work your way over to your base.
And now he's in trouble as he runs it around the head and puts Durbin on his back. 35 seconds on the clock. Durbin's able to come back off, but not before he gives up 3 near fall. 9-2 he trails here in the first. Same move by Rifle. Drives Durbin over to his back one more time. Durbin fighting hard. Has a good bridge. We'll see if he can keep it up. Able to belly back out. Good job. Way to fight. 12-2.
And again, these are young Moffat County Bulldog wrestlers. These are future stars, JV, and some of these guys even the third man at the weight. Just call them freshmen. And there's the end of the period, and it's a big 14-2 lead for Rifle. But you're never out of it as long as you're not down by 15 or pinned. You just got to get one good move, put them on their back, and that's what makes wrestling the ultimate sport as far as an individual aspect. If you are still out there, you can throw somebody at any point in a match and pin them, no matter how far you're down, unless you're allowed to get to 15. In that case, it's over.
Technical fall at that point. Right now, Durbin in danger of a technical fall as he trails 16-2. Two more back points.
And that's going to do it.
And 18-2. Final score, technical fall with 1:44 on the clock.
But he didn't get pinned, and that's something to build on. I remember many times when I was a real young wrestler going up against, say, a senior, you think, hey, he might beat me, but I don't want him to put both my shoulders on the mat. And that's a personal victory. You can build from that.
Well, and one of the things that you said, it's the school of hard knocks in wrestling. So many times as a freshman, you wrestle upperclassmen, and that's just the way it happens in wrestling. Doesn't matter if you're a senior, doesn't matter if you're a freshman. If you're in the same weight and you match up, well, then you're wrestling. And right now, Brock Hartong's got his hands full as he gives up the first takedown, and he's down 2-0.
Yep, and the fireball came out and took him down quickly. He's going to need to work up from the bottom here. As you said, very fast he was down 2-0. First thing you want to do is get to your base. Try to stand up.
Brock Hartung working hard on the bottom. trying to come out, needs to get back to his base, trying to work those knees up. Power half by Rifle. Hartung reaches over the head. That's a great move. If he can get both hands, he can get himself a defensive pin. Grab that head with both hands, Hartung, and pull that wrestler over. And he does. Great job. Not able to put the shoulders down, but does pick up the reversal. Good move by Hartung.
He came out a little slow, and now he has awakened, so to speak, tied this match up, and now he is ready to go.
Stand-up attempt by the Rifle Bear. Hartung hooks in the chicken wing. Got that hooked up tight. Now if he can armbar it or pull it over, he can get himself some back points and maybe a pin.
It's another really painful move. It used to be certain wrestlers over the years, if they had that wing, you were done. And now he's got a deep half. He just needs to jump over there and power it on over. And as we said, she may have awakened the sleeping giant, but he needs to get over on the power side, and he doesn't.
Yeah, I had it in deep, but he just stayed even or even to the wrong side, Shane. Get to that half side and drive him over. Now he goes three-quarter stack. That'll do it. He's got it in tight. And there's the pin. Great job by Hartung. Started out a little slow, but then he woke up quickly, and he gets himself a pin in the first round. We'll be right back on Moffat County Proud. All right, we are ready for varsity action. We're going to start it all off at 120 pounds with Moffat County's Blake Juergens. He's going to wrestle Brian Soto of the Rifle Bears. And here we go. Both wrestlers freshmen. And right now both wrestlers just trying to feel each other out. Neither one wants to commit with a shot yet. And just as I say that, Soto shoots in on a nice single leg, but countered well by Juergens. Head and arm tie. Juergens steps in. Nice job getting into on the single. Can he pick it up? Nope. Countered well that time by Soto. So both wrestlers will work for position again. Over under by Juergens. He tries to bring him down to the mat, see if he can spin around him. Soto able to get back to his feet. Wrestlers separate. And we're at 1:10 on the clock. No score. Both wrestlers have been in on decent single legs, but neither able to finish.
So the first match of the true varsity duel, the old rivalry, Bulldogs versus the Rifle Bears. There has been obviously some fantastic wrestlers over the years from both these programs. See if they can restart that. That was a beautiful single leg, but he wasn't able to finish. Now he's in trouble as Rifle has a really tight front headlock that's cutting the air off.
Juergens able to back his way back out of it. Keeps wrist control. That's smart wrestling right there. Hard to do stuff with one hand.
Yeah, that's maybe the one thing right now that is preventing Rifle from trying a whole variety of moves with that front headlock. Now he's in deep. That's what you want to do. If they front headlock, you go in on the deep single, turned it to a double now. Go with the head though. It's the hardest thing to teach is to use that head as a lever, and there's the 2-point takedown. What a great move, and what a great takedown with only 6 seconds left. Almost back points right now.
Great first round by Blake Juergens, as he does a heck of a job countering well when he needed to. He wrestled very smart. He changes the single to a double and gets himself that takedown right before the buzzer.
Here we go now with the second period. As you said, 2-0, Bulldogs ahead. Great match. Two little fireballs here. I believe you said they're both freshmen. And they're not wrestling like freshmen. Now Rifle with the nice shot, and he used his head as a lever. Let go down there. And now he's going to stay inside. Juergens still hasn't given up the takedown, and it's not going to be points yet, as he has a hold of that leg. And it looked like it was a done deal, but no.
Juergens able to bust away. Prevents the takedown once again. Well countered. Good job and a great effort by Juergens.
And I guarantee you the Rifle wrestler is thinking, oh my goodness, all that work, all that effort, all I need to do is finish it. And there it is again. He does a great job shooting on a single, and this time he's going to get the points. And we are tied up 2-2 in this first official varsity match here at the Bulldog, we call it the Dog Pound here as we're in the indoor gymnasium. It'd be interesting if we were to be wrestling out on the football field this time of year. It'd probably be pretty cold.
That would be cold. However, they have a couple different tournaments around the nation now where they'll have the midnight stuff and they'll throw it out on the middle of a football field, those mats, and they'll hold the tournament right in the middle of the night under the lights. Pretty cool that they're able to do that in some different stadiums around the Western Slope.
And I'm telling you, you want to prove how tough you are, you do it in January in Moffat County outdoors on the football field.
No doubt.
As a nice escape there by our Bulldog, and he makes it 3-2 in this barn burner of a match. Still a lot of arm control right now, as Blake is able to get now 2-on-1. I remember you, my friend Kip, used to be really good at those, what were they called? The Russian arm bars or the Chinese whizzers?
The Russian arm ties, and then turn it into a tilt and arm drag. Things I like to work with.
Yeah, I remember you're very good at getting your two hands on their one arm. And it just made it so hard. You find yourself concentrating on trying to get your arm back that you forget about your legs, and all of a sudden you were in underneath in a takedown. So little things being done very well by our freshman here.
Nice turn. He's little sit out, turns, faces, gets himself another one, and now Juergens is up 4-2 in this final period. 3 rounds, all 2 minutes. And it seems like a long time when you're out there. It takes it out of you as you are using every single muscle in your body in whatever position you're in.
And at this point, when you're up by a takedown, you find yourself starting to think, well, I just want to hold on. And as they get in the higher level tournaments, they'll start to really, really push you to maintain an offensive push. So you have to continue to, the words they say, try to improve your position. So you want to move, and right here he worked in, and there's that stall. I was leading to it there, and they want you to shoot in, and there he does it. He has the lead. He takes the shot. This could be a finisher, and there it is. He shucks him over the top, Kip. Great job. They got to at least give him the 2.
They're going to say two takedown, not going to give him the near fall. Wish he would have waited for one more second, gave us a couple points there. Oh, he's not even going to give him the 2 for the takedown.
They didn't give him the
I thought he got the takedown for sure.
So they're going to have to remove it. They have, even the scores have 6-2.
Yeah, scoreboard says 6-2, but it's not. It's 4-2.
Yeah, and that was, they were right there.
Wow.
And you figure no back points, but for sure, maybe he'll make it a moot point here and just go ahead and get that takedown. Surprised Rifle hasn't noticed the score yet, but again, make it so it doesn't matter. As you've got 24 seconds left now, down to 20. Great match. These 2 young wrestlers, and Rifle now has to push this. They've got to take a shot. You don't want to be the one who was behind by 2 and you never took the shot. Now there's not enough time. Great smart move here.
Now just hold on to that leg. Just hold on to that leg, and he puts him on his hip. He might get 2. 2 takedown. Now it's 6-2. Great job by Juergens. Shane, I'm going to say from the matches that I've watched Blake wrestle, this is probably one of his smartest, if not his most well-wrestled match of his career. He wrestled super, super smart, very technical, didn't make any mistakes. Great match and a great win. Yeah,
outstanding matches. He showed a really high skill level there. And at the end, when you're the one up by 2 and you're trying to hold on and you're the one who shoots in and gets another takedown, that's fantastic.
All right, here we go. 120, I'm trying to find my sheet here. 126 pounds, Isaiah Herod. Here we go.
Another young man who's been wrestling for an awful long time in this community. And Rifle with a very nice single. He takes him right down to the mat. Herod stands up, and speak of the devil, there it is. We were talking about that earlier. When the legs are in and you stand up like that, it's potentially dangerous. We'll see if Rifle immediately tries to throw those legs right back in. Me being that guy, and there it is, he puts them in again. I was terrified of the legs, wanted nothing to do with them, so I'd always start on the bottom I'd immediately put my hand down on my hip on the leg or side that I thought he was going to try to put his leg in. If you can catch that leg, you can swim it over the top of your head and put them in peril. And I was always thinking, I got to catch the leg before it goes in, because now when both legs are in, they're going to flatten you out, and it's so hard to build up any momentum coming off the bottom that you really just have to survive a great legger if they get both legs in.
Herod working hard on the bottom. Sit out, turns, faces, and one. Nice escape for Isaiah Herod.
Yeah, did a great job there. And you could see the skill there. He knew what was going on, and he even turned the correct way. So many little things. And there he goes. He shoots it on such a deep double leg tip. He came out the back door. And now he just got to finish it here.
And he gets hip tossed. Had the over-under, hip tossed him, threw him over, but they go out of bounds. And
hey, and we questioned that earlier move that hurt us for no 2, but the referee's showing great consistency, as I thought maybe that one was 2 for rifle, and he didn't give it. So as long as you're consistent with your calls, that's all we want, and there's a quick 2 for rifle. So nonetheless.
Yeah, Isaiah just getting off balance there and giving up that takedown. Doing a great job with his little sit-outs right now and keeping rifle on their toes. Both legs in, hard ride right now by rifle, and he's able to break Isaiah down.
And we're going to be at the end of this first period. It's going to be 4-1. And already you're taking mental notes as a wrestling coach. If this is your wrestler, you're saying, well, he was able to come up off the bottom once, but he was taken down twice. So you're probably thinking best opportunity on the bottom, and just like that, they take on their feet.
Yeah.
Sometimes nothing I say means anything. Let's see, though. He was very close to getting that takedown when he shot so deep he came out the back door on a double leg. And you don't see that very often. Oh, and there it was. He taps your head. Oh, and look.
Hey, flips it over. Great counter.
Tell me what they call that one, kid.
That was beautiful.
It's got that name now. I can't remember. I used to just call it the front headlock. What is it called?
So, yeah, well, right now he's got him in a front headlock. He's got him over-under, and he gets the pin. What a great move by Isaiah Hubbard. We'll have to look up the name of that one because, Shane, I'm drawing blank right now, but he set him up perfectly. He was going to give up the takedown, and he used the other wrestler's weight against him.
Well, the reason I think of the name is his brother, who went to state 4 times from Moffat County, used that move to perfection. It's so dangerous, though, because think, you're exposing your shoulders to the mat, rolling over backwards and putting them on their back. If they sink their weight, you're on your back.
All right, 132 pounds, Chris Moschetti, and he's in on a quick single leg. Love the variation of how he took it down there as he just sat back and dropped him to his hip. Quick escape for rifle. Moschetti right back in on a shot. Now he's got the near arm. That's where you want to hit a little. Yeah, he spins him. You can spin him there, spin around him. You can hit a fireman's, you can hit a tilt. Great move by Moschetti, and he gets another quick takedown. He's up 4-1.
So many years of wrestling experience for Moschetti, camp after camp, and we went to so many different states, wrestled so many different kids from so many different areas, a great family there. And this young man is putting it all together this year. This is it, his senior year, and it means everything to him and his family, and you'll love to see him having great success, and he wants to put it all together here as they approach the end of his final wrestling season at the high school.
So that time he went parterre on the back. Never did let the rifle wrestler escape. Referee said he maintained control the whole time. So we're still up 4-1, but he's looking for that near side cradle, trying to get himself some back points, and there's a couple counts. He's got at least 2 coming. 1 minute on the clock here in the first round.
A dominant performance here in this first period, and I'm sure if he's not able to get this, which he has it now, he just needs to step around, finish it, chase the head in a cradle. He might just let him back up and take him down again if he doesn't have luck here quick. And now it turns to still trying that cradle, and he is just muscling him around, pretty much doing anything he wants, and there he lets him up. So take him back down again here. And there it is. Oh, beautiful. It went down to the ankle. And look at that. He turns it into just a shuck by. Gets 2 more points on a nice takedown.
2 more points. Want to be smart here. Only 20 seconds on the clock. Don't want to let him up at this point.
No.
Not enough time to get yourself another takedown. So you work on your pin combinations, see if you can get another couple near fall points before the end of the first.
And exactly as you just stated, he shows his great wrestling intelligence also, knowing that now there's no point in letting him up. It would just be a free point for nothing. And
Potentially dangerous.
Yeah, so no points awarded. The move he shot earlier was the old ankle pick, one of my favorite too. You get a guy's momentum going one direction and you stop their ankle, they're gonna go down quick. He might end up giving up a point and he doesn't. So smart maneuver there, big lead, a lot of action earlier. So he has showed up to wrestle today as he does every time he's on the mat. And in this duel, Moffat County has seemingly got it going now at the varsity level.
Bulldogs up 9-0 in the team score. Muschetti with the over and under. And he's going to get back points and he's going to work for a pin. 8-2 lead, 2 more near falls. The rifle wrestler is able to squirm his way out of it. Now he goes with the crossface cradle, one of my favorite moves. Drive that knee to the head, and you can just sit back on your hip, pulling back, and get yourself some more near fall and maybe a pin. But rifle's able to break the grip, and it's 10-2 with 1:26 on the clock.
And so far, Muschetti's putting on a clinic out here. He now goes with the legs, as he's going to go into a different offensive set here. Rifle wrestler fighting hard on the bottom, just trying to prevent more quick offensive points. And Chris now is going to go inside on that chicken wing. And we're down to a minute left in the second period.
Got a good setup with the chicken wing right now, Shane. We'll see if he can do something with it. A lot of variations you can do with that, from just pulling it back over to going around the head to going with the arm bar on the other side. You can even chicken wing the other side.
Yeah, he slips off there, and another great example to the young wrestlers out there why you want to work up to a sweat before your matches, because I tell you what, if he's not all sweaty right there, that arm's not going to slip out, and it's probably done. But when you're full of sweat out there, it's a lot harder to grip those chicken wings. But now he goes behind. Oh, that would have been bad. That was really tough there on the arm. Thank goodness our official doing a great job and stopped that instantly. And if you want to feel how that feels, try to take your left arm behind your back and touch the right side of your shoulder blade. I don't think you'll be able to do it.
Near side cradle attempt again. This round winding down. Muschetti up 10-2. Wrestled really well up to this point. That's going to end the second period. It will be Chris's choice here in the final period, and without a doubt, he says neutral.
Yeah, slow down a little bit there at the end now. Let's see if he can go right back in there and get a takedown and go up here 12-2, maybe get this pin. You like to see a lot of work in these duels.
Hey, big throw, love it. Throw gets him to his back. Going to get the 2-point takedown. They're not going to give him any near fall points, though. No, they do award 2, looks like. So they're going to give him 2 takedown, 2 near fall. And it's 14-2 with 1:35 left. And now Chris working towards and trying to push towards a technical fall.
And we'll take it. Beautiful maneuver there. So many different names, and you and I have a ton of background in wrestling, kid, but even I can't remember all the moves. And that was one where he came under like he was doing a fireman's carry, but it was just with the arm. I think it's an arm toss, and it was beautiful. It gives up 1, escape back to rifle, and now they're back on their feet. 14-3 with the 11-point lead now. So a few more takedowns could end it. You have to get 3 because he'd be giving up each time the escape also.
If he can get another takedown with the advantage of some near fall points, if he can take him down to his back, that would be ideal. We're just under a minute. Another takedown and a tight near side cradle hooked up.
Yeah, and looking to finish it here, and you want to get the pin now. Okay, you needed the pin because it's worth the most points for your team as far as the team score. 2 more and that does it. Not able to get the pin. So instead of 6 points for a team pin, it's 5 points for the decision, the 15-point decision. And the Bulldogs now move up to a 13-0 lead. in the team competition. And again, my brain is slipping on me. Not a major decision. What's it called? Technical fall?
Technical fall?
Yeah. Technical fall when you win by 15.
All right, this might be the match of the night, Shane. Both wrestlers, Daniel Caddy ranked, last time I saw he was ranked second. I believe the rifle wrestler, Colt Rohrig, is also ranked in the top 5. And so this could be the match of the night, as both wrestlers are very salty, and we'll see who comes out on top. We're just underway. Bulldogs lead in team score 13-0.
And this is a young man that I have a ton of experience with during my Bad Dog coaching days with my sons and with the different wrestlers out here that through Moffat County Youth Wrestling and through Bad Dog Wrestling, we spent many nights in motels across this great nation of ours. And I'll tell you what, Daniel has so many matches. He is young and he is a phenomenal wrestler. I watched him at the Warrior Classic. I believe he came all the way back through to take 5th. His only 2 losses were both to Meeker, and that's a match we're going to see down the road here real soon. In fact, I believe it might be right here. Well, it's either going to be 49 miles from here or in this gym, and it'll be fantastic. So right now, 2 highly ranked wrestlers, both having an outstanding season, and 0-0 is our score. Big time match for the team score also.
1 minute left in this first period. Neither wrestler scoring yet. And you'll see it so many times in matches where you have these wrestlers that are highly ranked. It comes down to the takedown. The kid that gets the takedown is the kid that wins so often. We'll see, and it's shaping out that way here in the first period as no one scored.
Yeah, over the years when you and I back in the day, Kip, we went with our fathers and we used to broadcast the state wrestling tournament from Moffat County, whether it was for the local radio station or a now defunct little TV station I worked for, Channel 27 News and Sports. We would mention, I remember, that the odds of winning, the percentages, it's insane. When you get the first takedown in the match, I believe it was like an 80% as far as winning that match. And you'll think, that can't be right, Shane, but it is, and you'll see it all the time. If you go out there and you take that guy down, you're probably, 8 out of 10 times, you're going to win the match. Right now, nobody has a takedown. The first period ends, so we have no percentages to go by right now.
Going to be Rifle's choice. They will take down here in the second round. Not sure, Shane, if these 2 wrestlers have met in the past. Very possible, though.
Yeah, I would have thought they had an opportunity at the Warrior, but as I said, the only 2 losses for our wrestler, Daniel Caddy, works in Meeker, and I don't recall this match happening up there. And I watched all of Caddy's, and so close there, but he's going to give up the 1. And that just means, hey, you've got to, when you get a chance to be on the bottom, you've got to get that 1 point. Somebody is going to have to take the aggressive approach here on their feet.
Yeah, and and this is one of those times when they sit in that position too long, Shane. If I'm the referee, I'm hitting them both with the stalling.
Yep.
I'm hitting them both, and I'm making them push the action, because right now they're both satisfied with the head and arm tie, and neither guy trying to make any sort of progress towards a move.
And there's so much mutual respect for each other that neither wrestler wants. And there you go. Where are they going to go? Just stalemate? I'm with you. Double stall makes them go and get away from that, because wrestling is a tremendous, amazing sport around the country and especially in our state, but it's not drawing as much numbers as it used to, and that's why they changed some of these rules. And that's why, as an official, as he just did, or if I'm officiating, I don't want to see this.
No.
I want them to separate, and I want there to be a lot of aggressive offensive action. I understand why this is happening, but if you double stall it, you force them to do something differently, and it makes the sport even better.
Yeah, and so, Shane, you already saw the stalemate. They're right back ear to ear. They're not even forehead to forehead. They're ear to ear, and they've been there for 30 seconds. And by doing that, you force the action, and you don't penalize either wrestler. You make both wrestlers get aggressive, and that's what you do.
And again, it's just so much mutual respect. I enjoyed, and I encourage, like my nephew Mickey Klimper out here, and some of these wrestlers that I've known forever, I enjoyed not knowing who I was going to wrestle, Kip. I push guys sometimes. Don't look at it. Don't look at the bracket. Don't know. Go out there and wrestle every single guy just like he's the guy you don't know. And like an aggressive effort. And again, this is two fantastic wrestlers, and they both know it. So now here, Daniel Caddy has to stand up and get his one. And just like we expect to happen, it's going to. If he can finish it. Rifle was able to get their 1 point escape. Now Daniel has to know and has to be able to, and he wasn't. And now Rifle's going to try to put those legs in. If he gets his escape, then it follows trend. It'll be 1-1. It's going to come down to whoever makes the first mistake will lose here. Very even, but Caddy has got to get up and get the point. You have to guarantee yourself you're going to be able to get that escape if you're going to wrestle this style of a match. And now trouble as we're 31 seconds in.
Not in a good position right now as he's bellied out. You got to get to your base and give yourself opportunities to get out. And right now he's having a hard time just getting to his base, Shane.
Yes, and he was so close early on, I thought it was going to go to form that he was going to get his 1 point escape and tie this up. Now, as you said, he needs to come up. He is flat on his belly, and he has got to come up to all fours. Rifle trying to put the legs in, and now they get the legs in. And now Daniel Caddy in trouble. Only a minute left, and he needs, if it's me, I try to get out of bounds right here. I've got to get that reset in the center where I can come up off the bottom like a missile. And he just right now is just surviving, down 1-0. But he's got to do more than survive, just get to the out of bounds. And Rifle now, they're more than happy. Put the legs in, hold on, now you're approaching 30 seconds, and good call. And lucky for Daniel, he was able to get out of bounds. Right now, his best opportunity to come off the bottom is now.
Is right on the whistle. You got to make moves on the whistle.
Even if he goes too soon, it's okay, and that's fine.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happens. But I like it. Good job, Caddy.
You
got to go. You got to move. You got 34 seconds. You cannot afford to have Rory get his legs in again and ride you out. There's the quick stand-up. Nice job by Caddy. And he gets away. Good job. So important to get a good move off the whistle.
So here we go. The match goes true to form, exactly like we thought it would. One escape in the second period for Rifle. Moffat County answers in suit. 18 seconds left now, and they're back right ear to ear. Exactly what they did before, and I'll bet you a quarter that this finishes just like this. We go to overtime with them ear to ear.
And it will go to overtime as the clock buzzer sounds, and we've got sudden victory overtime. The wrestler that scores wins right now in overtime. Both wrestlers on their feet. However, neither wrestler even coming close to a takedown. Neither wrestler even taking a shot to this point, Shane.
Nope, and again, we've said it. You've got two outstanding wrestlers. Daniel shoots in. He's trying to go under that leg. The first shot all night by Rifle, and that's it. The match is over. All he had to do was step back and shoot in.
And we said it at the beginning too. We said these good matches come down to a takedown, and that's what it came down to. Great match for both wrestlers. Caddy comes up a little bit short. He will get another opportunity at Roarig later in the year, I'm sure of it, either at regionals or state.
And I believe the way you listed those rankings, they will more than likely flip-flop now, yes?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going up to the next weight, and that is 145 pounds. It's Moffat County's Ethan Powers and Taylor Flynn of the Rifle Bears.
And these two young men right in the center of the mat, and Ethan grabbing that front headlock, and he tries to scoop to the side, the standing cradle attempt. And the team score now, it was a big match for Rifle, one that they weren't favored to win, and puts them back in it a little bit. 14-3, the team duel score. No score here early on in Ethan Powers' match. He's got his head under there. Oh, I thought he was going to go for that single. He was there, and he chose to pull back out and reset in the center of the mat. And they're back to that ear-to-ear position too. And don't get me wrong, I spent many, many hours ear-to-ear myself with a lot of wrestlers, the heavier weights especially. But generally, you try to set something else up with that. And depending upon, as you get to regionals and state, as you said, they'll ding you quickly. They'll make you come out of there. And look, Ethan uses it to set up a double under. And he's got both his, and he ducks under perfectly. Beautiful duck under. That's a clinic right there. If you look up duck under on your Wikipedia on your phone, it's going to show you that. And that was fantastic.
Great move by Powers. 30 seconds left here in the first, 2-0 lead. Powers, a senior, wants to keep improving each week, get himself a bid at that state tournament. And that is not too far away.
Yeah, I mean, literally, tickets went on sale, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. They always sell out that lower bowl there at the Pepsi Center. It's tough to get in there unless you want nosebleed seats when the championship rounds happen. And the end of the first period, 2-0. And as you mentioned, the ultimate goal is to get over to the Pepsi Center and to bring home a medal. And obviously everybody wants that gold, but any place from the Pepsi Center is fantastic. And the state tournament, you bring home any type of hardware, you'll be proud of that your whole life. Something your family will always talk about. Powers sucks it back, great move.
Pulls it back, gonna get some back points. Great job by Ethan.
I remember that move too. Use your chin now. You put your chin right here in their shoulder. Press it down as hard as you can. And it's tough to pin them, but eventually that chin starts to hurt. And still, Powers pushing with everything he has. So close right now. He's got a lot of time. Now he can work more to getting his chest to chest, and there it was. Pure strength move. Great match by Ethan Powers.
Yeah, a lot of guys in that position, you're not going to get the pin. That's tough, pulling that shoulder down that way. It's hard to get the leverage there. But Ethan Powers finds a way to do it and get the job done. And the Bulldogs are up 20-3 with that pin.
Great job.
Greg Hickson, 152 pounds. He is wrestling Brian De La Rosa, senior for the Rifle Bears.
So the Bulldogs able to fill out. Nice shot. The low ankle shot, and you call that a shin shot because it didn't turn into an ankle pick. It was just a fantastic low single, but he did not finish the move, and I put himself in trouble as he went so deep and through it. As he is now going to have to try to come up off the bottom. There you go. He's able to stand up for one. 2-1 the score very early in this match. 20-3 the Bulldogs up in the duel here in our home gymnasium. And we get a ton of viewership of our wrestling matches here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. I tell you what, we love it. We love, oh, look at that. He tried to throw, but he didn't have enough momentum and his arms locked, almost put himself on his back. And so the fact that people all around the United States and really the world are able to watch their loved ones, their family, their friends in their wrestling matches because we stream it free here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. We couldn't do it without all of our awesome sponsors, so we certainly appreciate them and the ability to let people see their loved ones wrestle all around the United States.
Yeah, so when you get an opportunity, make sure to say thank you to Craig Family Dental, Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, and Bank of Colorado.
Right there, Hickson very close to getting tossed to his back. He was able to roll through and they called him out of bounds. And this official very quick to call out of bounds, and that's fine. He's very consistent. So not anything negative meant by that, but you know as you're watching, and if you're coming up, he's going to call it very strict on the line, and right now he's not going to call this one out of bounds. And there was an instant headlock. Yep. Trouble, and you got to start torquing one way or the other. He's going to be able to go through this way as time runs out, and oh my goodness.
3 near fall pushes the score to 7-1. Powers trails, or Hickson trails. I think I said Powers before. Powers winning that last match.
Yes, Powers won the last one, and hey, they're related, they're family, so it's
there. Cool. We go.
Tell you what, thinking about it too, over the years, being in a headlock or in the belly of a dragon being digested, I'll take the dragon's belly. Those headlocks are horrible, and nothing worse than having the air squeezed out of you until your face turns completely red. I remember a few matches where I was ahead, and of course, me being me, got thrown in a headlock at the end, and I remember a couple that I woke up and looked around and they're like, you won, and I had no idea where I even was, and I was like, well, I'm glad I won.
No doubt. So 7-1 is the score. We got an injury timeout. We'll be right back.
Thank goodness.
All right, we're back underway. Hickson with a quick stand-up. And driven out of bounds, and we'll come back to the middle and do it again.
Giving some air time there. And again, how great of a night is this? We're here, it's freezing cold outside. We're in our Moffat County Gymnasium. Bulldogs versus Bears here in a great duel. And there we go, a nice stand-up for one, as Hickson's gonna try to get back in this match. He's only down 5 now. And remember, 5 is that magic number. You could tie a match up at any point on your feet if you're only down by 5. 1:30 left in the second period.
Another headlock attempt by Rifle, but this time Hickson does a great job, counters it well, uses the momentum against the Rifle wrestler and rolls it through for a 2-point takedown of his own.
I'll tell you what, and Rifle tries to do a Granby roll. Hickson catches him. He's got to hold on. And the way he was able to counter that headlock, that is absolutely from many, many days and hours of practicing that counter. Now he's going to have to hold on to the head here. If he can do it correctly, if he can scissor it correctly, oh, but it's done. And 2 more reversals. So a lot of action going on here in this match. And we still have 50 seconds left in the second period.
Right now, legs crossed up. Hard to do anything in that position. Got to try to get your leg out and work back to your base. Give yourself an opportunity for an escape. 30 seconds on the clock here in the second. Hickson trails 9-4.
Look away, they would always say to us, and that's what he's got to do right now. Now he's in trouble as he's caught. He's got to get that arm free. There you go. Put your base out. And they did not award any back points there, and now he's getting cheap tilted. And that's truly the name, because as you can see, it feels so cheap. You can't quite get off your back, but you're giving up back points. You'll never get pinned there, but that was a tough time to give up 3 points in the last 5 seconds. Now it's 12-4.
Final round, Hickson on top. See if he can get some kind of near fall going for himself here in this final round. Rifle hits that Granby roll again. Now he's got the leg hooked up. Not where Hickson wants to be. And there's the reversal. And back points coming.
And again, you watch that, and the great thing about MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM, you can rewind it as there's some back points being given up. You can rewind it and see that move was done to perfection, Kip. It's the Granby roll, and there's nothing you can do. You feel so hopeless or helpless when you're the guy having it done to you, and all you can do is turn and go the correct direction. You just don't want to give up 2 or 3 back points, but you've got to reset your base and try to stand up. But highly skilled set of moves from Rifle on the bottom in this match, and it's 14-4 right now. And with only 1:12 left, Hickson's got a lot of work to do and a short time to get it done.
So he was able to prevent any back points that time. Had a couple counts here and there, but never in a row. So Rifle comes back with the cheap tilt again. That will be some more. And he's fighting hard, able to get back to his belly, but not before he gives up 3 more near falls. 17-4. In danger of a technical fall at this point.
Yeah, this match has shifted and changed dramatically. And a ton of fight in this young man. He's just been caught with some tough moves. And this right here is probably going to finish it, and it will. Just trying to stop it, and it's going to be the technical fall.
That'll end it right here at 152 pounds. And we will be moving on to 160 pounds. That's Moffat County's Drake Zimmerman.
See how Drake
So this is one of them switch-ups that you called, Shane. Shane, when you went down there, you said, oh, I couldn't get all their starters, this and that, because that's what coaches do. They switch things up. That's smart coaching to try to get your team more points. And that's what they did here, as Drake thought that he had a bye. They didn't come out and shake hands with him, but they moved somebody around to wrestle him. Drake going for the throw, not able to finish it, as he gets caught on his back, countered well by Rifle.
And there's the exact example of what I was talking about earlier, Kip. When you do those throws like Herod did, Isaac, when you try to throw them and you go through your back to get there, you're first on your back. And if you don't have enough momentum, I know Mr. Drake has enough strength, there's no doubt there, but if you don't have enough momentum, you're on your back, and thus down 4-0 before we even were able to finish talking about the switch up.
Nice stand up by Drake. He hits the switch, comes around. He didn't waste any time on the bottom. 2 points, boom, near side cradle. And he's got Rifle on his back, and Drake's coming strong, going for the pin, and he gets it. After he almost got himself pinned, but went out of bounds, he wakes up in a hurry, and he comes back and gets the pin. Great recovery by Zimmerman.
Yeah, great job by Zimmerman, who's only got a few matches under his belt. He was hurt the whole first part of the season up until we went on Christmas break, and just recently back and looking to have a great senior year. And that right there is why so many coaches will tell you they hate throws. They hate headlocks, they hate the arm drags, all that upper body stuff, because sometimes great wrestlers can get caught and lose. Thank goodness Drake was on the out of bounds there, was able to get out and reset and show that he had a dominating performance waiting for us, and he proved it.
All right, moving on to 170 pounds. It's the freshman Daniel Cruz for your Bulldogs. And he is wrestling Kyle Lang for the Rifle Bears.
Now again, you see why the list of wrestlers that I had was so different than what actually happened for my introductions. As you said, Rifle, being a smart coach, did not reveal yet, not even to the guy doing the introductions, who was going to wrestle at what weight. So at the last moment, we had different wrestlers in different spots, and a young wrestler out here wrestling the varsity position for the Bulldogs. And man, this is one of those things where you're a nervous wreck. I wrestled as a freshman for varsity numerous times, and I pinned a few, and I got pinned a few times myself. I know you just want to go out there and start like this. Great takedown. That's how they would show if you looked up single leg takedown in the dictionary, which they don't have many dictionaries around anymore. For the young kids, that's a book that shows you pictures of stuff. But it would show you that right there. He used his head as a lever perfectly and got the 2 points.
All right. It is Daniel Cruz, 170 pounds. And right now, wrestling very well in this first period.
Getting that early lead is important, especially when you're young like this. Now you can start to work your top offensive skills, and this is a big wrestler, and going with the legs is awesome. Generally, the weights, once you get up around a 170 or heavier, you don't see many leggers. It's usually powerful muscle moves like your half Nelsons or your cradles. So I love the skill set here right now by Cruz, trying to put in the legs here and work from the top position down.
Going to ride him out till the end of this first round. I want to say thanks to Craig Family Dental, Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, and Bank of Colorado for bringing you tonight's wrestling action.
And we could never say it enough, but Lance Scranton is the man behind the magic, the guy who does all the camera work for us and all the special effects. And I'll tell you what, you don't ever notice it because it's so good. Just like a great offensive lineman, the only time you know who they are or their name is if they've done something wrong. So the fact you don't hear Lance's name much is because he's not doing anything wrong. Knock on wood. Still 2-0 right now. Minute 40 remaining, second period. Good match.
Daniel getting a little too high. Got to keep your hips back. Going to give up the reversal. And now we're all knotted up at 2 with 90 seconds on the clock.
Well,
here in the second round.
Let's see how he recovers now from a mistake. He tried something, it didn't work, he made the mistake. Now you see, how is he going to recover from that mistake? That was, as you said, he tried the up really high with the legs and using that half Nelson, slipped off, he gave up the points. It's not what you just did, it's what you're going to do. Basically a minute left, second period. All knotted up at 2. Cruz, there you go. And they're going to call the locked hands. He can get 2 out of this. So he's going to get locked hands 1 and 1 for the escape, and that is the best thing you can do off the bottom is to get 2 for 1. And those of you who aren't familiar at home, you cannot lock your hands together when they are on the bottom to hold them down. And so that's why it's called a technical point, and they give 1 for that all day long. And look at that, there's the takedown for rifle. And things have changed up now in this match, literally in a 10-second period.
20 seconds on the clock, in danger of going out of bounds. I'll restart in the middle when they do. Rifle trying to keep him on and run the clock out. Scoreboard says 4-3 in favor of Rifle. It should be 4-4. And here comes Coach Fredrickson to fix that. And the referee's right on top of it. Good job, and it's 4-4. Now they got it fixed. 7 seconds on the clock.
So he's already shown that he's able to come up like a rocket. He needs to come up right now. 7 seconds, and they're going to call the false start. That's okay. He was trying to jump the whistle. You want to time it perfectly. So he has an opportunity to step up 1 leg and turn and face for 1. There it is. He's up to 1. He's got to hurry, get that locked hands. At worst, trying to do the switch. Oh, and he runs out of time, but he did a good job there. Great effort. Whew, so 4-4 as we head to the third. Let's walk back through that really quick. Daniel Cruz came up off the bottom. He got 1 point for escape. He got 1 for locked hands, but then he was taken down, tied us up at 4-4, and that's where we're at right now.
So Cruz takes down in this final round. See if he can come out, get himself a lead and a W. Well, he ain't even going to have to, as the Rifle wrestler locks hands once again, and so there's another point. Locking hands. 5-4 lead
now
for Cruz.
The next locked hands would be 2, yes?
I believe so.
You can actually, and I've seen it happen, you can end up being disqualified if you go to the 2-pointer, then there's 1 more 2, and then I believe it's disqualified. So Rifle may choose very well to, if they're having more trouble with that, just let him up and try to take him down. You don't see that much at the high school level. Locked hands is something you learn very, very young that you cannot do. Minute 34 left. 5-4. Cruz on the bottom, but on top on the scoreboard.
Need to keep moving on the bottom, Daniel Cruz. When you get stagnant and you sit there, you put yourself in danger of being turned. 1:12 on the clock. And Cruz in trouble right now as the Rifle from Wrestler has the armbar, and he's trying to crank him over. Cruz needs to get up to his base and get moving. Now he does. Gets up to his base, back to his belly. You're in danger. You got to move.
Got to get that arm out there to prevent yourself from going over. I'll tell you what, the greatest motivator is pain, and that is a very painful move when you're on bottom. That will motivate you to get up on your base and get out from underneath there. Down to 38 seconds left, and I'll tell you what, I'm a guy who's claustrophobic, so I was lightning fast to get up off the bottom. I wanted nothing to do with being on bottom, and now they're trying to put the half. You got to look away from that is what they teach you at a very young age, and he looks right into it. Oh, and just with only 20 seconds left, he's going to give up 2, and now he's behind. He's got to stand up now. He gave it away. He looked into the half. Oh, you hope he can find a way to get up here. He just needs to stand up. 10 seconds left.
Up to your feet, up to your feet, up to your feet. Oh, and he hits 2. And you hear the roar of the crowd with just 3 seconds on the clock. Cruz doesn't only get 1, he gets 2, and he wins 7-6.
He says, I'm not going to mess around with tying this up. I'm going to reverse, get 2, and win by a point, as you just said. Wow, oh wow. You could tell by the roar of the crowd, he was up, he was going to tie it, and he went ahead and came around behind for 2 to win 7-6. That was a fantastic match.
All right, moving up to 182 pounds. Moffat County's Mickey Klemper. He's ranked, I believe, 3rd right now. And he will be wrestling Pedro Gudaro for the Bears Jr.
Now, Mickey, we haven't had a chance to see him wrestle any of the duels yet this year. He's a highly skilled wrestler.
Gets a quick takedown, gets 2 near fall already, just a few seconds in. And trying to make short work of the Rifle Bears.
he was just so happy that he moved up a weight for this match, that he was going to be able to wrestle in front of the hometown fans. And I told him, I said, get some work. I mean, being that everybody on this wrestling team is my family, but Mickey is my sister's son, and most of you know that, and I'm very proud of him. And he hasn't had a chance to wrestle in front of the home crowd this whole year. There's never been anybody there. And so tonight, an opportunity to hopefully show off some good skill sets and to get a win for the Bulldogs. As the team score right now is 29-8. And right now, Mickey just in the top position, early 4-0 lead. Let's see what he's going to decide to do offensively from the top. You know,
got the near leg in, trying to pull that other leg over.
Yeah, this would be setting up the banana splits right there if he's able to finish the maneuver. But he's too near the out of bounds right now.
Now goes for the guillotine. It does have the arm if he can clear it. And that's what I always say. I always like the option of, and I haven't seen anybody do it yet, put your head down there. Just stick your head down there and say, hey, grab it. And so many guys will. And then you don't have to worry about trying to clear that arm because they do the job for you.
Yeah, we always called it dangling. You dangle that head down there. You do some luring. You do some fishing. You hope that they come up and bite the bait, take it with their arm, because then it is a done deal.
So after a very quick start, that 4-0 lead, so far Mickey not able to find any more near fall points in this period as it is winding down.
And what we've seen so far is even going back to the Warrior Classic where Mickey wrestled in that championship, a lot of his points come from on his feet and off the bottom. So I like the idea here, and he's going to get points.
There was the power half. And I wouldn't be surprised, Shane, if you see him come back to that. He had the power half in, was definitely going to get some back points there, if not a pin, but just didn't have enough time.
Yes, and so as I was saying, I like the fact that he's working on top because not as many points from the top position this year. If he does have a weakness per se, it's on scoring from the top against the skilled wrestler. So working on that, great idea. Now he comes up off the bottom. Going to see if he can get two or at least one. He does a Granby roll on the bottom. But the rifle wrestler followed through really well with it. And
nice Granby roll, scramble position. Mickey pops out on top, 2-point reversal.
Again, minute 40 left. 29-8, your Bulldogs on top in the duel.
6-0, crossface cradle hooked up now.
Working something different. He had the legs in earlier. He tried a banana splits. He tried a guillotine. Now he's going to go to the cradle series. See if he's able to power this strong young wrestler from Rifle over to his back.
And Rifle's able to break the grip of Klimper with 1:16 on the clock. He now goes back to the legs. Hooks the arm. Oh, it's behind the head. There's your guillotine. You were talking about it. Talk about one of the most painful, if not the most painful move there is. And you usually pin somebody here.
Yes.
Or it slips off to a Saturday Night Ride. And that's going to end it. Great job by Mickey Klimper.
Really good pin, wrestled under control, showed some great moves, classy wrestler, and happy for him to be able to get some action in front of this crowd here in Moffat County as he's talking to the Rifle coaches. He's known them for many, many years also. Such great families that are built through wrestling because you see the same people every weekend and so often. Well, here we go. We got the big boys.
All right, 195 pounds, Jefferson Pyatt for your Bulldogs.
Wow, look at that maneuver.
Little twister move, spins him over to his back, and Jefferson's looking for a pin right off the bat. Not able to get it, gets 2 near fall, 4-0 lead.
Man, highly skilled maneuver there. It looked great. Gives you that big lead, and you can hear his opponent was not able to breathe on the bottom, and he wanted nothing to do with that. And now Jefferson is going to be happy just to work inside. And he's got the cross-body legs right now as he's going from the far side.
You saw the Rifle wrestler reach back right there. Now he's got it over the head. Let him grab that head when you're in that position. Not able to keep the leg hook, but he'll put the same move on that Mickey had if he can hold it. Legs come loose. but he's going for the pin. There he is. Now he's got the legs hooked up. There's the pin. Back-to-back Saturday Night Ride pin at 195 pounds.
Fantastic. For tonight only, we're going to say it ended with the Thursday Night Ride and the pin for the Bulldogs. And now we've got our very long, strong wrestler.
220 pounds. It's Torrin Hume. Hume had a good showing last year at the state tournament. Want to see him back there again this year. He is going to be wrestling Pedro Karen, also a senior for the Rifle Bears. Two very, very differently built wrestlers. Tolan real long and tall, and Carrero the short, stocky 195, or 220 I guess we call it. Torrin, of course, not even 220, weighs in at about 213 I believe.
So as far as if you look up at the team total board, Rifle looking to get the 33-point victory and tie up this duel here in the last match. Not going to happen, and a great victory for your Bulldogs tonight.
Well, and I think there's actually a couple more, because we had the exhibitions at the beginning, so it's going to roll over. So we're still going to have a 106-pound match, and I believe a 113-pound match after this. But
good.
Nonetheless, not enough points there available, so Moffat County will definitely come out with the victory. It's just a matter of by how much.
And I sometimes forget, back in our days, the loneliest position was the heavyweight because he was always last. Well, now, it's been quite a few years ago now, they basically flip or just pick it, that they start at a different weight in the duels so that the last wrestler isn't always like it would be tonight, Hume, and you just get so used to it. So far right now, 0-0, and Hume allowing his opponent to stay in there with him right now. And Rifle much shorter. What would you say, by a good foot or so out there?
By quite a bit, no doubt. I don't think, I know Torrin doesn't weigh 220. I don't believe the Rifle wrestler does either.
Nice takedown, and he's going to go ahead and keep the leg. He's got 35 seconds now to try to get some points from the top position.
And Shane, actually, I noticed on the roster that Karen actually weighed in at 195 pounds. So he's wrestling up right now as Rifle flip-flopped some weights.
Yeah, and they had several wrestlers. They said, well, he'll either be here or here, and I might switch these guys. And again, that's just trying to find a way to give your team a best chance to get more victories. Hume now looking to get this cradle with 7 seconds left, and he fell off of that. So now he's just going to hold on, and the clock will wind down.
Two to 0 lead for Hume. This is the 220-pound weight class. Sit out by Rifle. Switches to a stand-up. Hume comes up with him. He's going to drive him right off the mat.
So far, the Rifle wrestler is hanging in there. On paper, this looked like one that Hume might just come out and really overwhelm his opponent, and not happening so far. And he's trying to put in the legs, but it is literally a David and Goliath look here right now, as the wrestler, such difference in size out there. And 2-0 still, and now he gets the arm behind the back of the Rifle wrestler, and this hurts. Needless to say.
Not where you want to be. So Hume has the arm behind. That's a great position to be in.
And now he just
trying to pull him over to the near side. Wouldn't mind to see him jump over to the other side and work the half and take him away where he can't post.
Well, and we've seen, and you know our coaches will do it. There's so many teachable moments, but tonight I can think of 3 times that we've had maneuvers where we were opposite the side. Now we're on the right side and put them over their back like we thought would happen. But 3 times tonight we're on the wrong side. You do it on the right side, and that's what happens, my friend. You get the pin, and Hume with a big victory for the Bulldogs extends our team duel lead to 47-8. And we will, as you said, flip to the little guys. So you go from the big, huge wrestlers Now you go down to the little powerhouses on the other end of the spectrum.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, here we go. 106 pounds, Dagan White wrestling Justin Henderson of Rifle. Quick takedown by White. First time I've seen White wrestle without his mask on. He had the mask from his broken nose, but not having to wear it tonight. I'm sure he's happy about that. Hard to wrestle with that big mask on your face. White going for a pin right now as he has a tight cradle hooked up.
And I've barely even been able to get a word in before this match might be over. And Dagan, a wrestler that I've followed for his whole wrestling career, and he gets the big pin there from Moffat County as he says, hey,
just 44 seconds is all it took.
Great match.
All right, now we move up to 113 pounds. All right, it's going to be Slater Durbin, and he will wrestle another freshman, Gustavo Gonzalez. This will be the final match of the varsity action. I believe we have a couple more JV matches after the varsity. Quick shot by the wrestler from Rifle. I was talking to Shane just a minute ago about this kid. Saw him wrestle at the junior high level, and he tore through every weight class that I saw him in, every tournament he was in his weight class. So very, very skilled, as you could see. He made a great takedown there. And Slater Durbin has his work cut out for him against a very tough Rifle opponent.
One of those young phenoms that you run into sometimes, and he's got his legs in now. And 53-14 right now. Your Bulldogs up on the team scores. And Durbin hanging in there on the bottom in a varsity match here. Only 2-0 right now. And the Rifle wrestler still trying to roll, and he steps him right through, puts that reverse headlock on, has the arm bar, and tried to put him to his back, but Durbin fighting hard and shows he is going to battle all night as the score is still only 2-0. 43 seconds left, and you run into one of those buzzsaws. You just have to survive and catch them in something. And you never know. That's what makes wrestling such a great sport. It only takes one move to topple the greatest of challenges. I remember many years ago watching a 3-time state champion who had never lost a match, I believe, trying to win his 4th and gets caught in a headlock. Loses by points as now Durbin's over on his back.
Slater Durbin bridging hard.
There he goes. He's only got to survive for 5 seconds now. Keep fighting. 2 seconds. And there he did. He survived.
Shows a lot of guts. Good job, Slater.
Yes, absolutely.
Not giving up, and you push it into the second period and you give yourself an opportunity.
No quitting that young man. And on your feet now, this is where a throw can be monumental. Take that chance. Try the throw, and the great low double takes Durbin right down to the mat again. He's going to have to try to come up off the bottom. But as we said, there is absolutely zero quit in that young wrestler. And now he gets tilted over. And you nailed it, Kip. This wrestler already shown me 4 different offensive skill sets in 1 period and 30 seconds. So to be able to do those kind of moves already, a single leg, a low double, a high single, to have the legs to do this series right here, now a half series, and Durbin's still fighting, never willing to give up here. But man, oh man, what an amazing young man for Rifle. We will be seeing him doing big things over the next 4 years.
12-0 lead for Rifle. And going to pick up 3 more. This will end it with a technical fall, if not a pin. It's going to be the pin with 57 seconds left in the second period. And Moffat County is going to end up winning the duel 53-20. We got a couple more JV matches coming up right here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com. Colton Terry in tight, drops down to the hips, just bear hug him right there to his back.
Yeah,
bear hug him right there to his back. Just sink your hips in and bear hug him. Right there, bear hug him, he'll go. Now just sink your hips, sink your hips. Oh, but he gets off balance and he's gonna give up the takedown. Oh my goodness.
So tough right there, and that is the position I've talked about before. Someone is getting their wings and going to their back, so you might as well make it your opponent right there. You're not getting out of bounds, so close there. Now from the bottom, he grabs the arm. He's trying a roll here to put his man on his back, but he goes over and it's a variation of the tilt. Man, oh man, anybody's ball game there to begin with. Now we're gonna have some blood.
Blood timeout, we'll be right back.
Okay, here we go. After that blood timeout, gives a chance to thank our awesome trainers from Memorial Regional Health. They're out here. We've got a couple great ones, and they're here for all of our sporting events. We really appreciate them, and one of our big sponsors, once again, Memorial Regional Health. Ooh, in trouble now. Rifle with the legs in, and our Bulldog doing a great job to survive on the bottom.
Yeah, Terry, really scrappy wrestler, able to get himself back to his belly.
Literally, we thought it was great. He was in the stands, and it's one of those events where the coach is like, hey, Terry, you're gonna wrestle, come out here. And he's like, what, me? So he got his shoes on, ran out on the mat, and he's getting some mat time. And that is important, all the opportunities you can have to get the real time. You can wrestle all day and all night in the practice gym, but until you've got the real mat time, it's just not the same.
Scramble position. Terry's going to pop out on top in a great position as he's going to earn some back points and the reversal. Too bad we didn't have more time, Shane, but he will get 2 near fall, 2 reversal, and after being down for 1 minute and 55 seconds, it takes him 5 seconds and he's ahead 4-2.
And that is why we love wrestling, because of things like that can happen in 5 seconds.
Wrestlers on their feet to begin this second round. Shot by Rifle. Nice single leg. Going for the leg trip. Terry's trying to counter it, able to clear the leg. Drops in on a single leg of his own. Comes back up. The Rifle wrestler will pop into and out of bounds they go.
And you hope our coaches right now are yelling to him, hey, when you're in that position, just step over, trip, and pull through, because it's the second time he's been there. He's actually in a very good position to get that bear hug. You've just got to go ahead and squeeze with everything you've got, pop the hips and push through, step over, and you've got a guy on his back. And now,
nice high crotch by Rifle. And they look like they're in a really good position to get another takedown as Terry's down to his hip.
Some really nice maneuvers in this match so far by both opponents. And now we are going to be tied up 4-4 on the strength of that really nice takedown there. Going to call him out of bounds with 48 seconds left here in the second period. 4-4. Once again now, this is some of our future stars wrestling here, our junior varsity will say. The Bulldogs have won the duel 53-20 over Rifle, and that's nice to say. It's been a while since we beat Rifle head-to-head in a duel, and we have a pretty darn good team when we go to head-to-head with anybody.
I believe the Bulldogs are ranked 10th right now, Shane.
They have an opportunity to make some noise at state. And look, oh, now Rifle trying to get that crossface there with the legs in. And we belly out here. Oh, and there's some back points being given up. Oh, he's in some pain here. Hear him. And they're going to stop it for the pain.
And I'll tell you what that is. Call that the old scissors across the body. It feels like a python crunching you. As it just, when someone has their legs and they scissor your body like that, they flex those legs, man, and you cannot breathe. And every time you take a breath, they just get tighter. And it is not a fun position to be in. We'll be right back on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. All right, Terry able to come back. He's got his breath back, and we're ready to go. 7-4 lead for Rifle. Late in the second period. Hard crossface by Rifle there. That'll end it. That'll end the second round with a 7-4 lead for Rifle. Both wrestlers will start up in this final round.
Here we go. Let's see what they're going to do on their feet here to end this match. Another nice single leg. Went low on the ankle to grab it, and now, oh, and that hurts. Again, every once in a while you see some of those really painful moves, and that's why some people realize that's why they don't want to wrestle, because at the end of the day, I would have to say it is the most painful and the most energy used of any of the sports, and they got to put him down carefully, and he does a great job there.
Beautiful double leg by the Rifle wrestler, and now he's just going to let Terry up and try to score a few more points by getting takedowns.
Nice single leg takedown. In deep.
Gonna go out of bounds on this one though. 9-5 lead for Rifle.
Minute 20 left, third period. And a little tap action up there. Now Bulldogs shoot in. Kind of missed the leg there though. He was trying to shoot in across the body to the left side for the takedown, and he missed both legs. Now he's in trouble as he is in a tight front headlock. Oh, and the twister for 2 for this Rifle Bear. Seconds left, third period. And we are winding down on this match, folks. No quit in our Bulldog here, as he's got 30 seconds. And he would need, well, he'd need to stand up off the bottom to get within 5, and then he'd have to do a throw. So Rifle's going to allow him to stand up as he's going to put on the diamond on his back. So this puts him within 5. And a throw.
Yeah, and Shane really surprised about that. Not that Rifle's not, I mean, it's going to work. Rifle's going to get the takedown, but 30 seconds left. You're up by 6 and you're on top. Why give your opponent the opportunity to throw you in a 5-point move that could end the match or tie it up and send it to overtime? But Rifle did that. They do dodge a bullet. He gets the takedown, but really surprised that he wouldn't just ride him out the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, just finish it. Or now he got another takedown. Well, anyway, he's going to win the match 13-6. Good mat time for both these guys.
All right, coming up next is going to be Brock Hartung for your Bulldogs.
Brock Hartung with his second match of the night. He won a tough match earlier to start the evening. And I think by looking around, I don't see any other wrestlers warm up. And there's 2 points for Hartung. This may be the last match of the night for the Bulldogs. Nice performance by our team. And Brock is going to go out of bounds with the 2-0 lead. Whistle. Brock maintains inside control, and he's going to follow that roll. Good job following the Granby roll and not giving up any points.
1:24 on the clock. Hartung had a great match earlier, looking to end it the same way with another pin.
Now another stack, the big old 3/4 stack. It's all about strength. You gotta just pull the guy over. Oh, and Rifle says, I want nothing to do with that. He gets 1, and they gave 2 points for the back points to Brock. 4-1. Now with 49 seconds left, they're gonna kind of feel each other out. There's a shot by Rifle. Brock's going to be able to spin behind, or maybe not. He's going to try to set up that inside cradle. Does a good job holding that ankle, and he gets the points, which makes it now 53-20. I'm sorry, makes it 6-1. That's a heck of a match.
That was a great match, man. 53 points.
I was just making sure you were still with me, my friend.
Hey, it's been a lot of wrestling tonight, a long night. 2 straight hours of Bulldog wrestling here. Started at 6, and we are just past 8 o'clock.
Well, it was phenomenal. I wish I had a picture of the look you gave me when I said the score was 53-20. That would have been over a long time ago.
Hey, now that's funny because you talk about the old days. Well, I remember the old days when they didn't have a technical fall, and you could score 30 points or 40 points on an opponent. And at some point they finally switched to that rule, which was definitely needed. Absolutely, no doubt.
Well, and with all this wonderful wrestling, what I was doing there was I was running a promo for tomorrow night's basketball game, where a 53-20 score is very possible for our Bulldogs to be winning by.
Absolutely.
Minute 49 remaining here. 6-0 is the score. Oh, and there he goes. He has the far half Nelson. Has that leg locked, and there it is. Had both arms under control and gets another big pin. And so the future looking very bright for your Bulldogs in the wrestling room as they end it with a pin for our JV wrestler.
Hey, make sure to say thank you to all of our sponsors that bring great events like this to you, so you can watch them from anywhere at any time on demand. Craig Family Dental, Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, Bank of Colorado, Victory Motors, Patton Enterprises, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Mountain West Insurance, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, Duran & Pierce Contractors, Cook Chevrolet Ford Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, Eppin Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Brass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray. You've been watching Bulldog Wrestling right here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.